I'm Sophia A. Jackson, and I'm the editor and founder of Aphrodisiac Theatre News. And today I'm joined by.
Daniel Bailey.
And who are you, Daniel?
I am associate artistic director at the Bush Theatre and also a writer myself and also a dramaturg. So yeah, I work in various different buildings, different art forms.
Thank you. And today, the main purpose of today's interview was really to congratulate you on your nomination for the Stage Debut Award for Best Creative West End Debut for your role as director for Red Pitch. What does this nomination mean to you?
Well, first off, it's lovely just to be recognised, I guess. So a bit
Mm,
of recognition for the work that we've been doing for a long time. Um, it feels, yeah, I still feel a bit shocked because it's like it's a debut award, but um, eh, for the category that it's in, it makes sense.
yeah.
So yeah, I just feel super. I feel like I'm super honored that I'm able to represent all the people that got to work in Red Pitch. And it feels like it's recognition not just for myself, but for all of those that have put into it from the beginning of its inception to what we were able to create within the West End. So yeah, it's good. It feels good.
And what's one of your fondest memories of working on Red Pitch, both at Bush Theatre and at Soho?
Do you know what? I'm going to go back even further than that. One of my fondest memories of working on Red Pitch was during the point when Anne Akin gave me the script and was like, "This is the 10 minutes that I want you to direct. I'd love you to direct this bit." And I just remember reading it and being like, "Oh my gosh, this is very much the story that I grew up with. This is very much people that I grew up with." And just that first initial reaction to reading that, those first 10 minutes, that's probably my fondest memory. And then getting to meet Terrell.
Hmm.
Well, I've met him before, but getting to meet him in this capacity as a writer was, yeah, you just kind of knew something was hitting up and something was gonna. It was like some form of alchemy that happened straight away as soon as we got in the room together. So those are my kind of fondest memories.
Yeah, when I interviewed you all at Soho Place, it just felt like you were a happy family.
Yeah, like we're definitely a family. How I see people when they work with me is that they become part of my life, even for that moment. So, you know, everything is shared. The good and the bad. And
Mm,
with all families, you know, we have moments of like real ups and we have moments of real downs, and um, we still check up on each other. We're still there for each other, and yeah, the love is there from the get go. It's kind of unconditional from the get go, and then after that, it's up to you what you do with it.
yes, and but how did you get your big break? So you've gone from you're now a nominee. Obviously, you've directed more than one play, but how did
Yeah.
you actually get your big break, and who was it that helped you?
I mean, there's a list of people that have helped me. To be fair,
Mm,
there's a load of people that have helped me in this journey to get to this place. But I would say um, I used to work with an actor friend of mine called Rob Whitlock, who used to train directors, and actually that was kind of the idea for me to start directing. I saw how he worked, and we'd gone to University of East London, and I was gaining all that knowledge and all the skills that he was giving to these other directors of like how to work with actors. And so I just took a lot of that, and I went to the Young Vic, and the Young Vic had this kind of 2 week course. I studied modern drama in university, but I'd gone to Young Vic and I'd gone in this 2 week course, and that was because Sharon Canonic and Sue Emmers had kind of suggested this program for me, and it was the best 2 weeks of I guess of like my directing journey because I just got to spend so much time with different directors. We were all learning. We were all at the same at the same spot within our journeys.
hmm.
We had a number of different people coming through. We had Bolahan come through, who again is a really good friend of mine, Natalie Ibu. We had Ian
Okay.
Richardson, Sasha Weirs. So
Yeah.
like really, really prominent directors and like a variety of different directors that were at different points in their careers. And we just got to learn from them really and ask them questions about the industry. And I think that really formed the basis of my work. And then after that, I worked worked with um, Birmingham Rep, and I went to the National Theatre. I was at the National Theatre Studio, so people like Amy Hodge
Hmm.
and Frandy P. I got to spend time with them, and Michael Buffon at this time kind of took me under his wing. So
Okay.
there's a number of people that have all kind of played a part in where I'm at this moment. And then, yeah, of course, being at Birmingham Rep, that really formed me as a director. So Roxana Silva and Tessa Walker. Yeah, and all these amazing artists that I've got to work with. We were all learning on the cuff. We were all learning at the same time. And I think that was just the privilege of, kind of floating through it and learning on the job.
And do you feel like you're
You
still
know,
learning now?
yeah, 100%. I don't think I ever stopped learning. I
Mm.
don't know if you can call yourself a true artist if you stop learning already. Um, you know, the art of learning is what we then is what we turn into a process, and then what we then turn into the art or the product that you see at the end. So I think learning is part of the process, and I will continue to learn. And I'm learning every day. And the beauty of working within this industry is that I'll go and see something, I learn something again. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? From someone who's either just started or someone who's had skin in the game for a number of years. So I'm always learning, and I love that, and I want to be the type of person that keeps learning. Because things change, we evolve, the world changes.
And Maura, congratulations are in order. It's just been announced that you'll be directing the stage adaptation of Sir Lenny Henry's The Boy with Wings, which opens next year at Polka Theatre. How did that come about?
Yeah.
I know you worked on
So
August in England. I know you did that as well, didn't you?
yeah. So it was a bit of that. Last year, I was on a I was on a little I was on a program that was kind of together with Salawa and Unicorn, and it was about introducing directors who are maybe already established and other art practitioners that are already established into young people's work. I've got
Yeah.
a little one. My son's 9 at the moment, and I always wanted to make work for young people.
Hmm.
And my kind of previous life was a youth worker, so I've always thought about how I kind of combine the work that I do and the practice of being a youth worker, and how you can kind of find a synergy between both things. And this kind of came about as a result of that. I went in and done a 2 week program with them, and was really interested, because I'd worked with Lenny already and August in England,
Yeah.
and Arvin had heard about some of my work at Red Pitch, so I think the name was floating about a little bit. And Helen, who runs Polka, I
Mm.
worked with at Lambda. So I think it was just again, it was just like being in the right place at the right time, but also a
Yeah.
number of people who I've worked with before in previous roles that had suggested me for this.
So when you're working on a children's production, what's different to that? How do you prepare for that in terms of directing for an older audience? Do you have to employ your inner child? Do you get your actual son involved?
Yeah, I do it all to be fair. Even if I'm working on adult stuff, my son will know what it is, because I'm either reading lines to him, or I'm speaking to him about different ideas that I've got, whether he thinks they're boring or not. Because I feel like
Yeah.
every one of us that comes to see plays, or any, as an audience member, there is something about inner child that we're trying to nurture, or we're trying to talk to. And again, like, that is also part of my practice. I'm always speaking with my inner child, and I'm obviously privileged enough to have a child now, so I can speak to my
Hmm.
child directly and get his feedback almost instantly. If he starts falling asleep during me talking to him, then I know it's a terrible idea. So yeah, I've got him as my young dramaturg, um, that I help and support, and he's read the book, and he thinks it's really brilliant and fantastic, and he's
Yeah.
like, how are you going to make them fly, and how are you going to do this, and how are you going to do that,
Yeah.
and he's challenging me. So that is dramaturgy in another sense, and that for me is going to be kind of like my guiding light. It's like, can I impress my 9-year-old son? And if I can't, then maybe it's not a good idea.
Is it the first children's production you've worked on
Yeah, as a
as a
lead director, yeah.
director? Yeah.
Yeah. It's the first. It's my first, yeah. Actually, yeah. So there you go. It's another debut for you.
This is amazing. So are you super excited? I'm super
I am
excited because
so
I've got a
excited.
9-year-old, so I will be bringing her as well. So Yeah, how are
We
you?
should
How are you
we should bring
feeling?
both our 9-year-olds.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
feeling really excited. I'm feeling really excited, honestly, because I just like Polk is such a brilliant theatre as well.
yeah,
I've worked with Helen in another capacity, and Helen's amazing. Lenny, I've worked with in another capacity, and Arvin's the first time working. I've got a brilliant team that I've worked with me across a number of different shows. So bringing some of that team back from Red Pitch and bringing some of that team from different various shows, it feels again like a bit of a family, but it's
yeah,
something that I can actively like ask people to come with their families, and
yeah,
whether you have children or not, it's going to be for you. So you can come and
yeah,
see it, and you might have a cousin or a niece, or you know what I mean, or you know, your own children or sibling, a really young sibling that you might want to bring. So it just gives me joy that I'm going to be able to produce something where families can come and get involved instead of me being like, oh, there's an age warning, and there's content there, there's these massive major content warnings. Just come and enjoy it, man.
yeah. And it's really nice because it's got a great run. Like it's a solid chunk of time, and then it's going on to Birmingham. So it's a deep.
Yeah.
It's, there's money behind it. So this is great. So congratulations. Um, so you super impressive. You've got so many hats, including being Bush Theatre's associate artistic director. What is an
Yeah.
associate artistic director, and how is that different? What is that title?
Sophia, I'm hoping that you can help me with that. Maybe you can tell me.
Because I was like, is that
It's
not?
one of,
Yeah, please tell me.
it's one of those precarious positions because in different venues it means different things. But in
Hmm.
the venue that I work in, it just
Yeah,
means that me and Lynn work super closely to program the work. When I say
yeah,
Lynn, Lynette, Linton,
yeah,
we
yeah,
work really closely to kind of program the work, but we work closely, across a whole number of things. So mostly it's the artistic elements of the bush. And what that means is talent development, the kind of stuff that goes through literary, it means our program, it means directing work, it means choosing who comes into the building, who we get to work with. It means being able to speak to funders. It means being able to speak to donors. It encapsulates so much of what it means to be a building. All the stuff that you never hear about.
mm,
Yesterday I was at a dinner. I was at a dinner with some of our fundraisers and one of our generous supporters. So we could talk through what the next year looks like.
right.
So it's so many different things. You're constantly wearing different hats. Sometimes it's just about pastoral care, and sometimes it is like giving a director a suggestion to how they should stage their show. So it
Okay.
changes from day to day, which is brilliant. Which means that I never get bored.
Yeah, you must be so proud because Aphrodisiac is 16 years old, and I don't remember going to Bush Theatre as much as I do
Yeah,
now before
yeah,
you and Lynette came on board. Like it's incredible. Like the work that comes out of Bush Theatre is is trailblazing for sure. I interviewed Chris Fonseca from Follow the
yeah,
Signs, and
yeah.
the praise that they had, like
Oh.
the praise they had for Bush Theatre and just generally in the industry, it's wonderful. You must be proud.
I am. I'm super proud and I'm super tired. I'm,
Fair.
it's important to mention, like, we've got a brilliant team around us. It's never just us. We've got me, we had Lauren Clancy before, we had Deirdre, we had, we've got TT. We've got so many brilliant people that come through that building. Our marketing team are like the most amazing marketing team that you can imagine. Our development team are super, like, extremely clever and brilliant. And, our
Yeah.
front of house, every single department that we have contribute to what people see now. And, sometimes people just see a page like, oh, that plays amazing, but so
Yeah.
much goes into it from the moment that we say this is what we're doing. So many people are involved, and if we didn't have that team of like really brilliant individuals that make a fantastic team, it wouldn't happen. So,
Yeah.
from our marketing right the way through to our literary department, to the guys in the tech office, like they are all fantastic and are doing it on next to nothing. So because we've got generous supporters and because we have people that invest in it and come and see our shows, and I'm like, oh, this is a beautiful venue, it's a really brilliant work. You know, we're able to kind of make the most out of it and kind of, I guess, punch above our weight a little bit.
Yeah.
But soon that will become our weight full stop. We'll just get to that weight and it'll be that. But for now, I guess we're kind of punching above our weight, which is dope.
Are you punching above your weight? Or you actually, I think you're probably up there. No.
The reason why I say punching above our weight is because, of course, we are there and we are established, and
Yeah.
you know, previous artists and directors, Madney and Jay-Z, like all of those people have kind of put us in this position to be able to say, you
Yeah.
know, we are here, and we've been here for a long time. But
Yeah.
in the grand, in the grand scheme of things, when you think about, you know, the funding that we get, when you think about the fact that we've only got 220 seater,
Mm.
and the fact that we're able, our work is like gone across the Atlantic. Our work is having impact in certain parts of Europe that you just would never think about. The
Yeah.
fact that
West
there are
End.
conversations happening, yeah, West End, of course, and like that work is also going from the bush and becoming, you know, baby reindeer and getting 6 Emmys. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Honestly.
the impact is so enormous that we're kind of struggling to quantify and struggling to go, okay, cool. So that person worked with us at that year, and now they're like in Hollywood. And it's amazing. It's all amazing stuff. But you know, we're a small venue. We're tiny. Like we've got 2 spaces. We're tiny. We're in West London, but we're shining. We're making noise. So it's all good.
It's fantastic.
To be part of it is amazing.
Um, I've got two more questions and then it's the quick fire.
Yeah.
So, what's a typical day in the life of Daniel Bailey look like? Because you said you're tired, happy with the success, but also tired, and a parent.
Yeah. Do you know, this is a good question to answer, because I think a lot of people have, maybe not a misconception, but will have an idea about what I do day to day. And like I said, my day to day is different every single day, which is a great thing for my mental health, because it
Yeah.
means that I am not in something that feels monotonous.
Mm.
But it's also really difficult because actually sometimes you just want a routine. You are doing the same thing. You don't have to think too much. But
Yeah.
because every challenge is different, every day is different, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I now have to find a way to overcome that challenge. A day in the life for me would be going to sleep at like 2, 3 o'clock because I'm maybe reading a play, or um, sometimes I've got like, you know, you get these little brain waves, or I'm coming in super late, so I'm eating and I'm back to my pizza. Like 2 o'clock is the standard time that I go to sleep, and then I'm up again.
No.
Yeah, no, honestly, today I didn't go to sleep until about 2:45.
And what time are you up?
I was up today about 20 past 7.
No,
I got
this is not
me and my alarm.
sustainable. It's not
But
sustainable.
I've been doing it for years. So I'm hoping at some point I can kind of reverse the effects. Maybe I don't know, man. But yeah, that's kind of like a standard day. At 7:20,
Mhm.
little man's getting ready. I'm getting ready. We're trying to do that at the same time, and then we walk to school together. So it just gives me a little bit of time that I get to spend with my son
Yeah.
before he goes into school. We catch
Yeah.
up, and then I'm on the train usually to Bush or to another venue. Like today, I'm in uniform.
Yeah.
To get here for like 10 o'clock, or to get here, you know, a bit earlier than that, just settle myself in, have a tea, have a hot drink,
Yeah.
and then we'll run it again. And then, you know, you're on it again. And then in between meetings, like sending emails, speaking to my agent, and then I have a lunch break. You know, we go back in the room, have a lunch break, and then
Do
I'm
some
doing the same thing
interviews.
again, doing some interviews or having conversations with Lynette, like a
Yeah.
number of things, or other people in different venues, trying to read stuff in between those lunch breaks, and then I finish, and then you've got a building to run. So, you know, like I
Right.
might finish at 6, and then I'm back at the building, either going to see a show, if I'm going to note it, or I'm going to see talent. You know, I'm trying to see other people's work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my ear to the ground as much as possible. A lot of my work has been about developing talent. So
Hmm.
I'm always like on the lookout for writers, directors, actors, but I can't see everything. You know what I mean?
No.
And yeah, having experience of being in the regions and like being in Bram for like 5 years and being in Manny for a little bit, Like I'm always trying to get out there to see stuff. So
Hmm.
it's full on. It's full on. It's always full on. Hence why you probably see me everywhere. I'm in a bit of a bit. I'm so big. I'm like, I want to be in my house, really. Or be on a beach somewhere else, but yeah, I'm here watching a show that I've got a note for 2.5 hours.
It feels like
But
your role, your many roles, it's almost like a 24-hour job, isn't it?
100%. There's never enough hours in a day. But I can't complain. It's what I wish for, it's what I dream for, it's the thing that I
Yeah.
love. If I wasn't in love with it, I wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, and if the passion's still there, I think that's the main thing. Also, you don't look tired. You still look fresh. So, I don't know what cream you're using.
Boy, this one cream's called hard work. A lot
Um,
every day.
I also wanted to talk about, are you still chair of the Alfred Fagan Award?
So yeah, I'm chair of judges.
Chair
So
of the
what that
judges,
means
yeah.
is, yeah. So what that means is, all those plays that come in, it means just getting the right judges in the place to kind of be able to talk about those plays. It means a lot of arguing. It means a lot of passionate views, which is great. But they've also given me an opportunity to help shape the Alpha Fagin a little bit as well.
Nice.
So I'm format stage from last year a little bit, um, and then we split certain awards, and we're continuing that work actually, so we can eventually be able to split awards for plays that have been established and and they've probably gone and had a production and those that
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
That means it just means fair opportunity for everybody.
How does it
Yeah,
feel
most
to,
of it.
and how does it feel to be part of that legacy?
Oh, it's incredible. I've been reading for the Alpha Vega Awards for maybe almost 10 years.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I've been a part of it for a while, and it just means that at every opportunity I've had, I've been able to kind of level up. So I started as a reader.
Hmm.
And then I went in to become one of the judges and
Okay.
chair of judges. So I think that is the ceiling for me for now. But whilst I'm there, I'm hoping that create a longer lasting legacy. This means I get to represent the work that I love so much in the communities that I exist with, and be able to support them,
Yeah.
which is the best thing ever. Putting money in people's pockets
Hmm.
and giving them recognition for the hard work that they've done. It's like
Yeah.
what better to feed the soul?
Thank you. And now my quick fire question is, and you can't spend too much time thinking about this.
Wait, before we go into that, I've got
Yeah.
a question for you.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you know? I've got a question for you. Do you know that Aphrodisia came to see my very first play that I wrote and directed many, many moons ago?
Which play was that?
Yeah, I think it was like, when was it? 2015 or 14?
What was the play?
The play called Covered. It
Really?
was like, yeah, I'm sure you look covered it. Silk pun. But it was like a one act thing. It was really small. It was, yeah, 2015, maybe 2014.
I shall have
Let's
a
get my
look.
dates right. But that's the
Okay.
question I want to ask you if you remember that. So actually, I think you have been about for a minute in my life.
Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. All right, cool. I'm ready. Quick fire
Okay.
round. Let's do it.
Thank you. Um, what's your earliest memory of going to the theatre and who took you?
My earliest memory is going to the theatre whilst I was at school. I think I was in year 10. It was the Blood Brothers, and it was a school trip, and that's when I fell in love with theatre.
Excellent. Um, apart from the bush, where else is your favourite theatre space and why?
Oh,
You
this is
can't say the
controversial.
bush. You can't say it. That's too easy.
Young Vic has a major part to
Can you
play
turn around a bit because it's
sorry,
the
yeah,
sound is going. Yeah.
sorry. I think Young Vic has a major part to play in my in my development as a director. So I'll say the Young Vic, particularly back in the day, I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Um, so let's talk about a play that's coming out next year. So The Boy with Wings. Who would you like to see at press night, dead or alive? If you can choose anybody, like a wish
Dead or
list.
Alive.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Who did I actually dead or alive? Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Yeah, big Nelson, man. Why not?
Why not?
I'd love to. I'd love to see. I'd love to see. Yeah, I'd love to see. Um, yeah, Nelson Mandela,
Thank you. Which
big
play
Eva.
do you think he'd like that one out of all the plays that you've done?
I think he'd enjoy it. Of
Yeah.
course he would.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I think he'd be like, you know what, the music bangs. I think he'd be like, yeah, well done, man.
Okay.
Bring it to South Africa.
Maybe. How do you, oh no, we've done the theatre break one. And which plays had the greatest impact on your life? Like if you hadn't worked on that play, such and such wouldn't have happened.
As in the plays that I've worked on,
Yeah.
or plays that I've seen.
Oh, ooh.
Mm.
Hmm. Let's say the play that you've seen.
Play that I've seen had a great impact on my life. Do you know what this? It, it would be Blood Brothers, to be fair, because I think that was the thing that ignited the person in me. But
Yeah.
I think a play that definitely changed my life was a play. It was his Dark Materials. I went to see it when I was 16,
Philip
and
Pullman.
Danny Sapani, yeah, Danny Sapani was in it, and it was it was obviously like a mind boggle to see a black man playing a white snow bear, but
It worked.
um, it worked. It worked, but it was such inventiveness, and it was so epic. It was such an epic story that I was like, oh, okay, cool. So you can play epic stories, and you can play epic stories without fucking epic,
Yes.
even though they might not necessarily have been written
Yeah.
for a black character. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's dope. You know, I feel seen,
Thank
and
you.
I didn't want to go in, so it was amazing to see him do his thing. I just thought he was phenomenal in that.
And my final question is one tip for the next generation of theatre directors, please.
Build up as much resilience as you can, and I think that's really important to be able to sustain a career in this industry. Build up as much resilience, and what I mean by that is
Yeah.
being as many rooms as possible, meaning being in as many conversations as possible. Try not to always take things as personal, um, and if you do, understand why you're taking it personal, so you're able to articulate why you're taking something personal in a way that is conducive and allows that person's progress, but also yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where your resilience comes from. It comes from an understanding of self and an understanding of the world. And the only way we understand people is by being around them. So yeah, resilient.
Yeah, but how do you get into those rooms? You're like just be in as many
You
rooms as
ask, right?
possible.
You ask. Even if you've gone up for, I don't know, to become an assistant director, for instance,
Hmm.
and you don't get that job, then
Yeah.
reply and be like, but would it be okay for me to observe that room for a day or
Wow.
for half a day?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I
Mhm.
just knocked doors, and then I started creating the doors. I started creating the doors myself. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I ask people. I just ask.
Yeah. I guess the
What's the
most they
harm?
can do is say no.
That's resilience right there.
Nobody likes no, Daniel. Come on.
No, but it's resilience. Do you know what I mean? Someone says no to you, you go, okay, cool. Why? I feel a way about that, but why do I feel a way? It's because I wasn't given that opportunity. Then okay, then what does that
Yeah.
mean? Does that mean I create an opportunity? Does that mean I ask somebody else?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I
So
think
I'd say build up the
resilience.
resilience.
Yeah, I definitely co-sign that. Thank
Good.
you so much. I hope you're going to get some lunch. I wish you a
I
good
will.
night's sleep at some point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sophia. Appreciate it.
And I don't know when I'll see you again. Out and about on
100%. I'll see you at press night or something.
outside somewhere. All right,
I love
take
you,
care
man.
and thank you.
Much love. Peace. Thank you.